Hi everyone, welcome back to the Alignment Architect. Coach Windows here. Thanks for all the likes and subscribes, for the people giving me a ring on the phone letting me know they're loving the videos. I really appreciate it. Today delving into something that I'm actually really passionate about. It's called the performance curve. I remember the day I sat in a meeting and listened to a high performance coach talk about the performance curve and thought, geez, I wish I had known this when I was going through my teens and early 20s, trying to perform at my best. Understanding this really helps you understand where you're at and why you might be getting some of the results that you're getting. So we look at performance, low to high, and stress. That's our model. And if we're performing really well and we're not super stressed, well then we're getting really good results. Inside this region from about here to here, that's a really good place to be. We're at our peak. Things are going really well. We're in the zone. I'm a little bit stressed, but not too stressed. Everything's perfect. My performance is high, and I'm just feeling good about what's going on. Then, something comes along, a little trigger. I have a bad performance. I drop the ball in a critical moment. I look at the test paper and think, I haven't prepared enough for this. All of a sudden, these little moments of doubt and fear start to creep in, which removes this little tiny ball, which is your awareness, protecting this beautiful peak flow state that you're in. And the next thing you know, this ball has fallen all the way down to here. And your good stress, where you're feeling good, has become distress. And you haven't been able to catch it and keep in the flow, in the zone, and you've bottomed out. To get that ball back up and start pushing it back up the hill takes some time and effort, because what I realised was you can't go from being down here and just pretend and jump straight back up there again. You've got to climb that mountain again to get back to that point, which takes some effort. And the more we stress and the more we panic, the further away we get from the performance curve, which is our peak zone up here. If I draw this along the line, and I talk about mental health, and I learned this in a mental health course as well, is that inside this area here, and you can see if that was to portray up to there, and that was to go up to there, this is the really good band that we want to be in. But sometimes if we're moving up to this point, that's our peak performance, and then these little moments of stress, triggers, or self-doubt and fear kick in, can we quickly just bounce back and think, no, everything's okay. Have some tools and tactics and techniques, some self-talk that I'm having one of those moments again. I've identified somewhere where that self-doubt and fear might come from. And that's not really true for me. I'm doing okay. I'm putting in the work. Boom. That ball hasn't rolled all the way down the hill. This started to move, but I've been able to push it back a lot quicker. That's resilience. Can I bounce back and stay in flow state, stay in peak performance, even though I've had a moment, but I've caught it. I've caught that moment of, there's one of those fears coming in. That's right, I don't do that anymore. And I don't let this, like an elastic band. If the elastic band's got a little bit of stretch in it, it's doing its job. But if you stretch it too far, it'll snap, or it'll come back and snap you in the fingers. You've put too much tension, too much pressure, too much stress on it. It won't perform its function. But an elastic band's no good. It's not performing unless it's got a little bit of tension in it. And that's a lot about what the performance curve's all about. Have a think about this. Maybe even write it down, draw it yourself. It's a simple little curve. I'm just trying to give you something you can put in your mind around next time you're having a great game or things are going really well for you in life and that moment comes in. Just imagine, do you really want that ball to fall all the way to the bottom and have to drag it all the way back up again just because some self-doubt and some fear crept in? Or are you going to start becoming more resilient and thinking, you know what, I'm not going to worry about that. There's things I can control, can't control. I'm going to worry about the things I can control and make sure I continue to stay as much as I can up there, because my dreams, my visions are important to me, and my self-belief around what I'm going to get by achieving those goals. I'm not taking second place anymore. I'm going for it. Have a go. Good luck.